this sucks. Players are getting injured. How many injuries do you reckon it will take for this to happen?
The fact that he commented on a post about his own suspension saying game's gone is fucking iconic.
Man, I love my memes, and I feel like these docos have the best memes, but I'm docoed out at the moment.
I couldn't give a fuck what you say.
Does NAS get tagged? Give me Nick Daicos over NAS.
Carlton playing finals.
Let's write this down.
I'm all in. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Man, you look fucking ridiculous.
So footy is days away, and I'm pumped, but there is a little bit of tension in the air because I'm a Collingwood man and you're a St Kilda man, and we are going to clash on Sunday. I reckon that's when footy really begins.
What? Opening round or round one?
No, opening round on a Sunday at the MCG. I mean, I'm used to Richmond and Carlton facing off Thursday, and I feel like that's when footy kicks off.
Yeah.
Vic bias a little bit here, but how you feeling? Are you going to the game?
Of course I'm going to the game. Nothing better to do. Coming straight from pitch and going to the game, yeah.
Well, is there a chance that you might bail? Do you usually always, are you a regular for St Kilda games?
Yeah.
How many games do you reckon you go throughout the season?
Just about every one.
Every
home game. And then I fly to 3 or 4 interstate games.
Oh my God, you fly to games.
Yes.
And where do you position yourself? In the cheer squad?
No. Level 1. I'm not in the cheer squad.
Oh, come on, Sammy.
No.
I always think, I reckon you would code switch big time. You know when I mean code switch, I mean like you've got corporate Sam, day to day, 9 to 5. Then you've got St Kilda Nuffy Sam, who I reckon would be scary.
No, I'm consistent I'm a nightmare. I'm a nightmare every day, whether the Saints playing or not.
So I heard a rumour that you'll be sitting in a box. Is that true?
That is correct, yes.
Corporate Sam.
Apparently you will be too.
Yeah, I know.
Not that it's a competition.
Look, to be honest, when the opportunity arises, you just go, hey, that's fucking awesome. Let's do it.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be crazy. What's your expectation in the crowd?
I think it's 90 plus at the moment.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would be the biggest crowd that St Kilda's played in front of?
No, at like Country Mile. I think it was 74 was our biggest home and away crowd.
74 people.
yes, 74 people.
Speaking of, I mean, we just finished up pre-season, and then yesterday, Collingwood played in Ballarat, and I think that's the furthest Collingwood's probably gone out in a while in Victoria.
Very jet lagged after that trip.
Players were going, where the hell's Ballarat? What's your takeaway from pre-season so far?
It's not about the outcomes. Like people get lost in it's a pre-season game. It doesn't mean anything. Yes, we know that, but it's the way teams play. And there's some good things and there's some bad things.
This is very measured coming from a St Kilda supporter who, if you played for points in this pre-season phase, you would probably be the pre-season premiers.
Yeah,
so you've got
we've
every
been there
right
before. So.
Yeah. You've got every right to say, I'm buying into the success that we have in pre-season. It's all about the wins and losses.
Oh, absolutely. It's not every day you get to sing the song. And if you're a Saints fan, it's not many days you get to sing the song. So I'm just happy I got to sing it once so far.
Did you watch NAS tear it up again? Did you watch the replay?
I didn't watch the replay of a pre-season game. No, I've got better things to do with my time.
I wouldn't have held it against you if you watched it because that was quite a performance.
It was awesome. I watched all the pre-season games.
How was that run? Did you watch it live?
Yeah, I did watch it live.
How's that run when he just took off on the wing?
Down the wing. Oh, so good, man.
And he just looked over his shoulder and he's like,
he's so good.
Catching me.
He's so good.
And then he played one out in the forward line and there's a little bit of St Kilda glazing happening right here. It's probably the last you'll see of it because
we might never win again.
I appreciate footy bigger than my footy club at the moment. Like, if you said you can never watch footy ever again, but you can watch Collingwood, I don't know if that makes sense. I would be like, no, I'm not doing that. Give me footy. Like, I'm a footy lover before I'm a Collingwood lover. Does that make sense?
No, I understand that.
Do you know what I'm trying to say here? Like,
my team's not always very good to watch at all, so I like to watch other teams as well.
Sunday afternoon slot. That's why you watch a lot of your footy because it's that classic graveyard slot.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I saw it, and I saw when Liam Ryan was kicking the ball to him in the forward line, and I'm like, fuck, this is actually crazy.
My man.
Liam.
On my T-shirt.
Employee.
Mate, he might be employee of the year at this rate if he keeps going the way he is.
Low key, I think everyone knows his aerial threat. I reckon his skills, like you said this before, all he has to do is touch the ball like 6-7 times and it's going to be impactful.
Oh, yeah.
All right, enough of the St Kilda glazing.
Enough of that.
You said biggest takeaways from the preseason so far, you're not buying into the wins and losses?
Nah, not at all.
You don't care about that?
No, I don't think you should at this rate. It's how a team plays.
How serious do you reckon the players are taking it?
Depends what team you're talking about. There are some teams I don't think are taking it
Sam
quite
Walsh
as seriously.
out of the middle looks like prime Chris Judd, takes it out. One of the things I noticed was there was one player who was probably 15 metres away chasing him at that point. And I'm like, I wonder how serious these guys are with their defensive structures.
I mean, did you watch North Melbourne at all?
I saw them in their second game. I didn't see them in the first game. I saw the score and it didn't look good.
No. I don't think either games were particularly
So you don't
good.
think defensively, as someone who's played footy, I always feel like once you cross that line, there's like an intensity level that you hit. So you reckon these guys are just going 60%?
Well, I mean, there's a few teams that I think are, and there's a few teams that I think aren't. But no one should be going 60%. You want to carry that momentum through to round
So
zero,
there is
round
merit
one.
to someone dominating in the preseason.
Well, there is merit, but I wouldn't say it's outcome based. Because if you're going to put up a North against an Adelaide, like we know what the outcome's going to be.
That is true.
But you can still play well and lose. Two things can be true at once.
And you always probably get like the teams that are battling. The reason I feel like the teams that are shit that do really well in preseason is because players are all like really fighting for their spots. So when they go to preseason, they're like, I may like not get a better opportunity than now to secure a spot. Whereas like those big teams, they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to replace Nick Daicos in the midfield.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck it. So Collingwood played their, and no disrespect to North Melbourne, they won their game. They won by 1 point. But Collingwood played their like reserves of the reserves.
Yeah, reserves plus Nick Daicos. That was the Collingwood side.
That was the Collingwood side. I mean, there's 6 days before the next game.
This is true.
So
Have you got a team to pull together?
I think we will. But yeah, look, to be honest, the preseason, it came at me fast. I think they had the match sim and then the preseason, and now we're straight into opening round. One of the things that caught my eye was the rule changes.
Yep.
And the ruck rule.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about this prior. Where do you sit with this?
So I'm going to backflip here, and people will call me out for it probably. I thought it was a good idea in theory to begin with. I fucking hate it now. I hate it. I hate it. It's terrible. It looks terrible. It ruins the flow of the game. I just don't think it works particularly well. Unnecessary frees are getting conceded.
Did you see the Brodie Grundy fake out?
Yes. The Mark Pitnet free. Shannon Neal.
Knee on knee.
Yeah, PCL danger. Bad.
Okay.
It's not working.
At what point does this get into disaster zone for the AFL where they have to change it? Because it's very rarely, I can't remember if ever in my lifetime I saw a rule change throughout the year. I seen an interpretation of a rule change.
Yeah.
Because they don't really come out and say it. It's just like they maybe whisper to the umpires and be like, hey, maybe adjudicate this differently. Yeah. But a rule change where they go, nah, this sucks. Players are getting injured. How many injuries do you reckon it will take for this to happen?
I think if you're more than two, it's too many.
Too many, yeah.
Because how often do rucks get injured in a normal contest?
I'm calling it right now. If Max Gawn, who's the premier ruckman in the competition at the moment, if he gets injured, I guarantee you he's going to be vocal about it, and that'll put a lot of pressure on the AFL to do it.
Yeah, but he's also like he's old. No, he is though. He's old. Like
But they'll be like, Max, are you sure that's not arthritis?
Poor Max Gawn.
He's like, it's my PCL.
Yeah, it's because of this rule change.
I don't think I'm a big fan. As Max said, it's just removing ruck craft, the big boys.
Yeah, there's just two blokes jumping at each other.
Riley O'Brien has lost his spot. I was looking at the preseason. I'm like, where the fuck is Rob? Where is our man?
Who's replaced him?
Lockie McAndrew, who was the ex-Sydney backup ruck, is now he's rucking permanently because Rob is not he doesn't really jump in the ruck.
No,
he's more of a use your body type operator.
Yeah,
and he's. This rule change has basically just cut his career short. Hopefully he comes back in, but I haven't seen him in the preseason at all.
I miss him already.
The smartest man in the AFL. But yeah, that was a rule where I think possibly we might see history made and we see a rule change through the season. Not an interpretation change, a rule change.
As in remove the rule or change the rule?
Removing a rule is changing the rule.
I feel like you got me on a technicality there.
I did, yeah, and you said that the first time we spoke about it. The other one that I'm backflipping a little bit on this one is the out of bounds, the last disposal rule. People corrected me; it wasn't last touch rule; it was last disposal rule. I'm a big fan of this.
Oh no, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
Moves the game quickly. Jack Ginnivan said recently on a Ball Magnets podcast that it doesn't give you time to rest, which is great because I think it gets the game moving. Doesn't let defense, like doesn't let you get numbers behind the ball, which then makes a shit game. I'm a big fan of it.
No, I like it as well.
Players like Flan Ran become really useful because then they get the ball and they're like, you know what, I'm going to use my fucking skills.
Yeah.
To get the ball into the forward line, and you get great one-on-ones where you might see like a NAS versus whoever it is, and it's like, this is what we all came to see.
It eases up the flow of the game. It just makes it look better.
It does. I think one-on-ones, when the ball goes into the forward line, one-on-ones is what you want to see.
Yeah.
Because when you see people dropping in the hole and everything like that, I just think it just makes it ugly and it's not great. One of the things caught my eye in preseason, right? Speaking of preseason, it's a weird space. I saw yesterday, I was tuned into the West Coast game because what better thing to do than watch West Coast
How
preseason
good was that?
I saw Elliot Yeo was jumping rope on the boundary line. Did you see that?
No, I did.
That was weird.
It was bizarre.
If anything could exemplify preseason more, it's Elliot Yeo jumping rope.
I kind of forgot he existed before he did that.
I know he's had a lot of injury issues, but he was Rocky Balboa mode. And then they went on to lose by 10 goals. But
yep, that'll do it.
But that was preseason. It's come at us pretty quickly. For me, it's come at me pretty quickly.
Yep.
And now we're into the real thing.
Yeah, I know. Couple of days.
And speaking of, one thing that you're not immune from in preseason is suspensions.
Yep.
And my boy Jed Walter, specimen, got suspended. Did you see that hit?
I did see it.
What are your thoughts on that?
So two things can be true at once.
Yep.
I think the hit was interesting.
Interesting.
Off the ball.
He got off the
from
ground.
behind.
Everyone gets excited as soon as a player leaves the ground, they're like, oh, he's gone. He's out.
I mean, there was no injury to come from it, so whatever, who cares? But the fact that he commented on a post about his own suspension saying game's gone is fucking iconic. It is so funny. I think players need to keep doing that. Like, when Butters knocks some bloke out, gets suspended for 6 weeks, just comment, game's gone.
Could you imagine Barry Hall when he punched Brent Staker if this was a social media era? He goes, he's punched him, laid him out, and he's like, game's gone.
Game's gone. Game's gone. No matter how fair, just game's gone.
The media manager would have been having a meltdown with that. But I think they've learned to understand that this new generation of athletes are just a little more vocal, which we love.
Oh, yeah.
And Jed, our boy, the big specimen, he's out for a week from what I can see, unless this has changed. But, game's gone.
Game is gone.
According to Jed.
So funny.
Have you caught up on any of the docos that's been dropped recently? The Prime one that's been dropped, the GWS one, where
that.
Kingsley swears 175 times.
Yep.
84 times to be precise. I did the swear counter. And then obviously Collingwood are dropping one as well. Have you caught up on any at all?
No.
None?
No.
Not enough St Kilda players for you to even care about?
No, I just don't really care about the behind the scenes of it all. I've watched snippets from the GWS one because I thought that was pretty funny.
Yep.
Made me want to run through a brick wall. It was just Adam Kingsley swearing for like 4 straight minutes.
That's no exaggeration as well.
Great vision.
Great vision. But I feel like I'm docoed out. I tune in quite a lot because I love my memes and I feel like these docos have the best memes. But I'm docoed out at the moment. I don't know how many fucking redemption stories that I can see. And I just don't know how many F-bombs I can actually see as well. I know Kingsley swore quite a lot, but in the others, there was a lot too. Max Gawn was swearing. I'm like, I thought this guy was a saint. He doesn't swear. And then I don't know how many cutaways of fucking people having coffee and driving to training that I can see.
Slow motion hallway walks.
Oh my God. And like the tense
They're all the
music.
same.
They're all the
same. It's like, we've seen this shit before. If it was a Hawthorn three-peat, okay, I would watch that.
Would you watch
That'd be interesting.
You know what I would watch? I would watch a doco on Tom Petroro trying to get that Zach Merritt deal done. That's cameras in that situation to see the meltdown that would have happened in that. That's what I would have watched a doco on that because I don't care about Bont not re-signing as much because we knew that Bont stays at Bulldogs.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Great doco though, by the way. I was almost in tears watching Fife. I'm talking about the Prime one. They did an episode dedicated to like Fife getting himself right, and fuck.
I saw that quote. I was like, oof, I don't even go for the purple team, and that kind of hit me where I live.
Yeah, exactly. But
poor bloke.
Yeah, the only doco that I would really fucking go bananas to watch is like the tension on like deals that fall over. That fall over, that don't get done.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, there's some serious backlash from it, like your manager getting sacked.
Yeah. How did they fuck this up? How did they manage this?
I mean, I would have loved to see how the St Kilda Mafia got all that done as well. That would have been great.
It's easy. Money.
Yeah.
That'd be the most boring, most boring documentary ever.
Imagine this, right? You've got a hidden camera, you've got Gubby, you've got Ross, and you've got Joey, because Joey is the St Kilda Mafia there. Could you imagine, can you do a Gubby impersonation?
A Gubby impersonation.
Yeah, so you, all right, I'm going to put it to you, because you do Gubby. I reckon you do a good Gubby, because you do a really good Ross one.
Yeah.
So you're in the room, the doco's there, we've got a cutaway here. You got Ross talking to TDK.
Yeah.
All right. He's trying to pitch to him. All right. And this is exclusive footage that we've seen, because we all had a feeling that TDK was going to go to St Kilda, but we didn't know until maybe the last game of the season where he had that weird embrace with everyone.
Yep.
Let's say mid-year, this is exclusive footage.
Yep.
TDK's meeting with Ross and Gubby.
And they're pitching.
Yeah. And we've got this exclusive footage. What do you think Ross is saying to TDK?
So we've got a bit of money to give you, right? $1.7 million. I'm happy to give you an office above RSEA Park. I think it'll work pretty well for you. That's it. That's the conversation. How could you say no to that? 1.7 office above RSEA.
Like, yeah, we got plenty of money. Got plenty of money,
give you
mate.
a personal barista as well.
Got plenty of money while he's handing his brown paper bag.
Yeah. It's opening up the safe below RSEA.
Exciting times in Kilda, and I would have loved to see, because St Kilda was a talk during the off season, and that would have been great to see something. I'm looking forward to their doco. Hopefully, they put a little bit out about how they wheel and deal without giving too much away about the St Kilda Mafia.
Yeah, they might. I mean, if they want to do the same thing next year, I doubt they will, but they might.
Jeez, it's exciting to be a St Kilda fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're definitely keeping a lid on it.
I'm staying reserved at the moment.
Another thing I saw from the doco is that I noticed that Marcus Bontempelli has a new haircut. This is as exciting as it gets during the preseason. But I'm a big fan of what's happening in the moment, because I know Ponytail Bont was Premiership Bont, and then we saw last year the Easter Bont. I'm sure you remember that well.
Yeah, okay.
You remember that when Brad Hill got chased down by Liver?
I remember that game.
And then Bont came back and did the celebration.
Yes, I remember that game.
Do you remember that game well?
We got absolutely pumped.
And now we've got fringe, front fringe.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only have a fringe at the front. I don't know why I said front. Fringe Bont, which I reckon is his villain arc, because he's been stooged by the umpires for too long. This year he'll win the Brownlow. He'll win every. I reckon.
Coleman.
Give him the Coleman.
Yep.
Give him the fucking Coach of the Year as well, because I reckon this man is just going to turn it on this year. We forget last year Bont missed a large chunk of the start of the year, came in and fucking almost won a Brownlow.
Yeah, I know.
Probably didn't, but he was in contention, right? He was a freak, and I reckon he gets a full season. The Dogs look primed, ready to go. I think he almost wins every award possible, and we put him down as probably one of the best players to ever play the game. I reckon they even have a big run at a premiership this year as well, the Dogs. It's now or never for Bevo.
I mean, that's true. I mean, who doesn't want to see the Bont succeed?
I love the Bont. The Bont's such
like,
a good
everyone
man.
wants to see the guy win a Brownlow. No one's going to be out there saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want him."
The only people that don't want to see obviously is the umpires, because they don't fucking give him votes.
Well, yeah.
Like that, like
poor bloke. He's getting absolutely shafted every year.
Fucking disgrace how he does it. He's got a quick research. I think he's got the second most AFL MVPs after Gary Ablett Jr. in the last 20 years. And that's more than, he's got 4 times the amount of Patrick Dangerfield, 4 times the amount of, I think he's got 3 or 4. But he's a freak, and he doesn't have a Brownlow, which is an injustice.
No,
Absolute
I agree.
injustice.
I agree.
Something a little different here, Sammy, because preseason is all about hype. And we see all these players come through, and I always feel like the commentators get a little excited as well. And Sammy Laylor, the number 1 draft pick from 2023.
Yep.
2024, 2023. 2023 was Harley Reid. Now,
true.
I want to compare these two, because Sammy gets a lot of hype, and Richmond supporters really buy into this guy being the next Dusty. I mean, commentators too. Commentators say, hey, he's got the number 4. And then you've got Harley Reid here, who wears the number 9, Benny Cousins' number, and he is a freak too. And they both are very explosive, dynamic players. Now, this is what I'm asking. Who would you rather, who's going to have the better career, you think, from this position right now? Who would you rather take if you had to, from this point, right?
Yeah.
From what you've seen, you've got in similar sample size. I mean, Harley's got the extra year. Who would you rather take, Sammy or Harley?
I'm going to say Harley Reid.
How come?
I think Harley's got more upside, and Harley has to do more work for his own ball. Richmond's a far better team than West Coast,
Which is
I know
crazy.
They're both bottom
Which is
four.
crazy
Well,
because
yeah.
they're both. But like Richmond, I feel like have been rebuilding for a lot, like less time.
Oh, they fast track their rebuild.
Yeah,
They're past ground zero and into year one of rebuild. West Coast are probably at ground zero now.
yeah,
So-
and they just don't have a clear direction out. Where Richmond
No,
look like
it's-
they've got the map
Yeah.
to go. Hey, this is where we need to get to, and we can kind of see a clear pathway. Where West Coast is just like a few dead ends, but I think they'll get there. So you are saying you would take Harley over Sammy if there was a draft today? You'd take Harley.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I love them both.
Yeah,
I love them both, but I think Harley will ultimately be a better player.
I'd take Sammy because I think there's a level of maturity I see from Sammy where I'm like, this guy's going to lead Richmond. Where the only thing I see with Harley is this guy's going to leave West Coast. Not lead, he's going to leave West Coast. And this is, I don't know where Harley will be in 5 years, but if you had to just forget loyalty, probably give a little bit to Harley. Just because he's got that X factor about him. And I remember he played Melbourne in his first year. He had like 3 goals and had like 20 odd possessions, tore the game apart. And West Coast were dog shit that year.
Yes.
And Melbourne were a team competing for finals. And he tore that game apart. I haven't seen Sammy play to that level. I've seen him play. I don't think he's got a 3-vote game.
No. I mean, that round against Carlton last year where they just randomly won.
That was round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was a great
He
game
had
by
an
him.
awesome game,
Yeah.
but they all did. It's
Yeah.
easy to have an awesome game when everyone else is.
It's gonna
not
be
as
telling.
easy when
Yeah. But there have been a lot of people, I think maybe Jack Revold, or I can't remember who it was. Someone came out in the media and said that if State of Origin obviously will continue on next year, he would be in that Vic team, which means that these commentators are saying that Sammy Layla will be a top 10 midfielder.
Too early to tell, but I can definitely see it happening.
It's going to be a battle. I definitely think it's so interesting. I think they both get compared quite a lot. I think I'm with you, Harles.
They're both different
I'm
players.
with you, man,
They're
Harles.
both different players.
Nah, I reckon
You can
very
love
similar.
both. You can love both.
Yeah, of course. But it's
Yeah.
about who you'd rather take. You're on the drafting table right now. You're taking Harley.
Split picks.
I'm
get
taking
both.
Harley. Can we have them both?
Yeah.
Priority
Why
pick,
not
please.
both?
Yeah, it's a great comparison. I'm going with Harley as well with you.
Sweet.
Just because I think Harley can turn a game more than Sam.
First time we've agreed on anything.
Nah, we agree quite a bit. The next one is Phil Thorpe and Darcy, Sam Darcy. Both probably both in the next line of forwards that are going to take over the game.
Yep.
Who would you rather take?
Upside Darcy.
Yep.
I just you can't compete against that.
The unicorn.
You cannot compete
Yeah.
against that.
Crazy. I agree with you. Upside Darcy, but Filthy doesn't get as much love because he's not from he's not Victorian.
And plays the ground better. He plays the ground really, really well.
Yeah. And far more physical. And I reckon if Adelaide go deep into finals, he's the type of player that could take a final by the scruff of the neck. Where Sam, he still kind of seems like a beanpole.
Oh, yeah. They're the same age, roughly, aren't they?
I think a couple of years apart. I think Riley's got a couple more years of experience, but he was injured in his first couple of years. Riley Thilthorpe kicked 5 goals in debut.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just fucking huge.
He's,
So
he also looks 40. He looks like the lumberjack.
yeah, like a healthy 40-year-old.
Yeah, healthy 40.
I think we can agree that we take Sam.
Yep.
But that's no disrespect to Filthy.
No, both awesome players.
Awesome players, and they're both going to run the league.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, we agree with that one. Now, the third one, I don't think we'll agree, but who knows, is, again, I heard Ken Hinkley say that Nasiah has gone past Nick Daicos, and I thought this is an interesting comparison, purely because I'm like, Daicos is just fucking hell. How much more does he need to do this, man? Like, I love Naz, don't get me wrong, but to say Naz has gone ahead of Daicos, I don't know, man.
They're completely different players at the end of the day. I love both. I love Nick Daicos. I love Naz. I think in terms of X Factor, Naz has more to offer than Daicos, but it's too hard. It's too hard to compare. You know, both things can be true at once. They're both incredible players.
Different type of players. I think Naz is a player that you fucking rarely ever see. I think the last player you ever see like that, where he's got run and carry, silky smooth, and does the shit that he does, is probably Andrew McLeod, ages ago. And this man, Andrew McLeod, if you don't know, kicked 7 goals in a prelim from a wing. That's kind of what NAS could do.
Yeah.
I have no disrespect for NAS, but bro, unless you play games that are important, I can't fucking put you above the Wonder Boy, Nick Daicos. The Wonder Boy, Nick Daicos, for me, is like, he came into the league, he had all this hate because he came and played for Collingwood.
Yeah.
It's a Nepo baby too. You know how everyone feels about, like Gary Ablett Jr. copped the same flack when he came in, and people booed Gary. People forget, people booed Gary Ablett Jr.
Yeah, they hate him because they're good.
They're good. And what happened, though, is that Nick's been doing this, and he's been every single year, bar his first year, he's been top 3 in the Brownlow.
He also has to work a lot harder for accolades than anyone else in the
Which is
comp because he's
crazy.
held to a different standard.
Exactly.
Like we
And
say he gets glazed, but he actually doesn't. Like he really doesn't.
Does Nas get tagged? That's the thing.
You
this year.
can't tag Nas.
No,
I'm serious. You
I
just
reckon
can't.
you can. I reckon you can. We just didn't see it last year because Saints weren't a threat.
Okay, I guess we'll see about that.
That this year they will be a threat, so he'll get tagged. He'll get that attention. But hey, I'm going to say it right now. Give me Nick Daicos over Nas.
Okay.
And that's no disrespect to Nas. You're my boy, but Nick Daicos.
I'm going to split my picks and take
Fucking
both.
hell, yeah.
Take the neutral ground
sitting
again.
on the fence.
No,
and
I'm
this is
taking
Kilda.
Nas. I'm taking Nas,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously.
Taking Nas. It'll be interesting Sunday. I reckon Nick Daicos might put on a bit of a clinic.
Okay.
Take
we'll
it
see about
personally.
that, I guess. It's the only one that we'll be able to.
We love the AFL bingo card, and we've got one to cross off, and we knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
It was Sammy McClure's outlandish take. His top 50 that he put out, rage bait journalism. That's what the consensus was. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, he's ruined his credibility, right? Are people still reading this shit and thinking, oh, yeah, he's got a point?
You know what I find funny?
I don't
with
know.
this? I think he knows it gets a lot of traction, and there's a lot of media interest from this. What I find funny is the man doesn't even have an Instagram account, right?
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. He deleted his Insta account.
So
there's something in it.
The only way he's accountable to this, to the general public, is through the Tradies podcast, where our boy Mitch Cleary has to front up as well. And he's used as a shield for Sammy, because when Sammy puts out a top 50 and doesn't include Max Holmes, who I thought was the biggest snub,
Yep.
poor Mitch Cleary has to sit through it as well and cop it on the Tradies podcast, where it's like, fucking hell. So everything that Sammy says out in the public
Yep.
or with his takes, if you have anything to say about it, you go on the Tradies podcast Instagram page, where Mitch is, there's 50-50 there, Mitch cops it too.
They both cop it.
And I
Twitter
feel like,
loves them.
I feel like Mitch is not so much a rage bait journalist. He's out there. He's a newsbreaker, right?
But I actually think I think Sam McClure does actually believe these narratives.
That's
I
fine.
don't think it's rage bait. I think he's being genuine. This is the funniest part.
There should be. I think you should have like a journalism license.
Yeah, and a podcasting license.
You should get demerit.
Take that fucking mic away from him.
You get demerit points every time you fuck up with your If this is what I feel. I feel like this AFL with this type of journalism.
Yeah.
What's got to the point is because it's clickbaity, right? People say things so much now where it's like that subjectivity is gone past objectivity. I don't mind Kane when he's got things to back up his big calls. And I'm like, I don't mind that. But when Sam McClure says that Max Holmes isn't in his top 50 because this top 50 is based off your last 2 years. But then you go on to have Christian Petrarca in again. No disrespect to Christian Petrarca, but the man's been dead for the last 2 years. I mean, he hasn't been dead. He's been out on the field, but he's been a shell of himself, right? And then we know how good Christian is, but you can't have him in there, not have Max Holmes, who's probably been one of Geelong's best players in the last 2 years. And Geelong have played finals footy.
I mean, he'd be top 15 easily.
That's where I go. You cannot justify that.
Do you think he maybe just forgot?
No, you can't forget. You're a
I don't know.
journalist.
He
You put out a top 50 and you're a well-respected journalist.
Well-respected.
If you've got that much of a platform, you're a well-respected journalist. That's what I say. Anyone with a platform, you're respected enough to have a platform. Whether you like it or not doesn't mean they're respected or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like Kane, but still well-respected because he's got a platform, he delivers. Sam, what are you doing, man? That's what I'm going to say. What are you doing? Stop using our boy Mitch as a shield.
Poor bloke.
But that's crossed off on the bingo list,
I
reckon. And then there's one that I'm really waiting for. Can a player... Oh, shit, my voice. I had a big weekend. Can a player please just give the bird?
It's a matter of time.
I'm excited.
Gather rounds
I
coming
wanna
up.
see it. Do you reckon wildcard? I can't wait to wildcard. I
Oh,
want to see a
wildcards.
bird.
Oh, wildcard's going to make people so angry.
Yeah,
can't
I
wait.
know you've been. You know there's going to be a wildcard bird. I reckon I want one sooner. I want one sooner.
Oh,
Please.
no, you will. You'll get one.
Please. Just like Hawthorn GWS, they're playing opening round. We know there's a little bit of beef there.
Yep.
We know that Guinea said they're there for the taking, and Toby Green said, I've got to have a word with him. But then they asked him on morning show, what is it, the Sunrise or whatever it is, today's
Sunrise.
show. They asked him, they're like, oh, what are you going to say to him? He's like, I can't say this on air. So
It's going to be bad.
it's
Censored.
I mean, it's going to be tense, right?
Lock 'em
So
up.
can we just get a bird, please?
Sydney Carlton could get a few Kerno birds.
Oh, yeah. But that's in Sydney, though.
And?
I don't think it. What?
What, you think they just go to Sydney and they're like, oh, no, I'm going to play this safe.
Do Carlton travel? I don't know if Carlton supporters travel as much.
Carlton supporters never travel.
They don't travel, right?
They don't leave Marvel.
So unless for some reason Sydney supporters start giving the bird to Charlie Kerno, I don't think it's going to happen. But when they do play the MCG,
Yeah.
I think they're playing at the MCG at some point in the year. That's when I would probably see a fan give a player the bird.
Yeah.
But I want to see a player give someone a bird. Like,
Oh, no, I think it'll happen.
it'll
It'll happen.
I'm waiting, but I reckon that'll happen hopefully sooner rather than
Gather
later.
round, mate. Adelaide brings out the worst in us.
And you guys, St Kilda are playing Sunday, 6 p.m.
Yeah,
against
Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide. You flying over?
No, driving.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So don't have you on the potty on the Monday.
Yeah, I'll be feeling
All right,
mortal.
Sam, put your hard hat on, buddy. I want to ask you the question. Is there a team that is in denial at the moment? They are closer to a rebuild. In fact, they might be in a rebuild. Is there a delusional team at the moment that is rebuilding?
I would say Collingwood. You've got a lot of they're old. They are old. And I think it's coming sooner than later. And they say this every year. Where they're just like, oh, it's the Pies will do it again. They'll manage it. Nah. I think the cliff is near. The end is nigh, as they say. You've only got about 7 players available at the moment. So
Fucking
it's
put the hammer down, mate. It's fucking. This is.
Would you not agree?
They say
Where are the
that-
kids?
Oh, fuck off with the kids. Fuck off. Daicos will have more kids. That's what I'm
You'd
Nah,
hope so.
it's they say that every year. They say that every fucking year. You've been rebuilding. You're a St Kilda fan. You've been rebuilding for the last 60 years.
Oh, yeah, they
Okay.
felt like such an unnecessary drive-by, but whatever.
It did. It did. But
it really
it
did.
hit me. Okay,
We're out of it.
that was me speaking emotionally. I'm sorry. That was. We're not about that.
we're not about that.
We're not about that. All right. So I think I've heard this from a few people where they're like, Collingwood's going to fall off a fucking cliff.
I don't think you're going to fall off a cliff, but I think that you're going to have to rebuild on the run if you want to stay competitive. There's too many old players on the list. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. They can't play forever.
Old is gold. Just ask Geelong. They won a premiership off that. So I feel like we are very similar to the way Geelong operate in a sense that we don't need to bottom out. I think given how big the club is and how successful the club has been, and I don't mean that in just premierships. I'm talking about in terms of just being at the, playing September football.
Yeah.
I think given the fact history would suggest that we can kind of regenerate. I do agree with you a little bit in the sense that it'd be nice to see some young players to go, but I think I have full faith in the way our, Dan Houston, he had a really bad first year, right? But I think when you go into a new club, look at Lockie Schultz. His first year wasn't great. Second year was amazing. I think just let us simmer for a little bit.
Okay,
We'll be okay.
I'll let you simmer.
I'm not taking this too personally, Sammy. I know you're a dog for saying the Collingwood,
Yeah.
and we're playing each other, but I don't think we're delusional. I think we know that while you've got Nick Daicos, you're never in a full rebuild. The cracks might be there, but that's okay. They're not structural cracks. That's how I think. I think while you've got someone who operates like a Daicos, you're like, it's fine. I'm not 100% sure about our project manager in Fly because he's always positive and he's the kind of guy that's there.
Too positive.
Too positive.
Too positive.
Too positive for a work site, if you ask me.
It's like, be more negative, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, and like even after losing to North Melbourne by a point in a preseason game, which I know it was his preseason game, I was still smiling. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, I mean, you had half your list unavailable, so I don't think I'd be that upset about it.
He was smiling, and I'm like, all I can think of is like, he's just like, I'm never coming back to Ballarat ever again.
But you never have to.
I don't think it's I don't think it's a rebuild. It's a renovation.
Okay.
At Collingwood.
I guess we'll see about that.
That's what I have to
Might
say
want to
about
put
that.
your phone on aeroplane mode next Sunday.
Do you reckon? Am I going to get?
You're going to get spam called if we win.
I can't wait to see you after that as well. You got Pitch Music Festival.
Yep.
Into Collingwood versus St Kilda.
Yeah.
In a box.
Into public holiday. Monday's a public holiday. Thank God, because I die.
But we're shooting podcasts here Monday, baby. And you're going to come in here, sunny's on, and I'd love to get stuck into you for being like, how good was it going from pitch to watching St Kilda lose after all the players you've signed, and now I'm forcing you onto this podcast.
Could be the best or the worst weekend ever.
It could be.
Depends on what happens.
It could be. Is there anything else that you want to add about Collingwood in terms of their rebuild?
No, not really.
You said everything you can.
I've said everything I can.
Yeah. You'll have more to say on the
I'll
Sunday.
have more to say next Sunday. I have a lot to say next Sunday either way.
I think so. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, I feel like you're keeping it close to your chest.
I'm trying to, because
go.
we haven't fucking played a real game yet. It's hard to get carried away.
That's true. It's true. It's just like we're just excited. You know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, buy, sell, and hold.
Can I take this off, please?
Yeah, you take this off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheats, buy, sell, hold. This is what I'm buying.
Mm.
And I know there's a risk that I'm going to sound fucking crazy by saying this. Carlton playing finals. Yeah, I know. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Let's write this down.
I'm all in.
He's a certified Carlton hater too. He gets more hate on.
I detest Carlton like every sound-minded person ever.
You're playing. You're fine.
Fine. It might be like
Wild card.
Yeah, 7 to 10 range.
Yeah.
I would have them in. They look good. I know it's preseason games. Not about the outcome. It's about how they play. They look cohesive. They're moving the ball well. It's not this one-on-one stoppage bullshit, contested footy. I like what they're doing. I think they're going to play finals. I genuinely do.
Insane. This is and
I hate them saying that.
Are you just building them up so then you can laugh at them? Is this just a strategy to be like,
look,
you look like
that
you're gonna
does
play
sound
finals?
like something I would do.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that I didn't think of that before you. But I'm genuinely being serious. I actually think they're going to play finals.
Do you think so?
I genuinely do, yeah.
So
I believe in them.
This is where the interesting thing is. We've never had a season. This is the first time we're including wildcard round, which technically means that there's only 8 teams rather than 10 teams that could miss out on the opportunity of playing finals footy because they deem the wildcard games as a finals game.
Yeah.
Essendon's out there going, yes. But, so they're not, so you think they're in like, the top 60, 70% of the league. So which is fair enough. I think they are.
I think 8 to 10 is absolutely achievable. They've got enough talent on that list.
If you said top
Jaggers
8,
awesome.
absolutely not.
No, I don't think so.
But because now, like even North Melbourne are talking about the possibility of being 10th. Like realistically speaking, if your coach is coming out and saying that we're not thinking about finals footy, we just want to make sure our list develops, you're basically saying you're a fucking bottom feeder side.
Yep.
So it's like interesting this year how that's changed because even Clarko has to say, yeah, we're about wild card. Because before, there's only 8 teams that can play finals. It's like, we're not thinking about finals. You can get away with saying, we're not thinking about finals. We're just thinking about making sure we rock up every week. And that was an okay response for a team that's developing. Now it's almost like even West Coast has to even say, look, that 10th spot, we're going to have... No, not West Coast. Fuck. I would say West Coast and Richmond are the only ones... I think Richmond's is a possibility, but I think West Coast and Richmond can get away with saying it's not a... Like, it's fine if we don't play wildcard footy. Every other team, that's what you should be aiming for.
Yeah.
I think Carlton, a fair... I know you're being really nice. I think that's a fair buy by you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not being that nice. I think
Impartial buy
realistic,
by you.
yeah.
Impartial buy by you. So you really turned on by Sam Walsh, are you?
Oh, I love Sam Walsh.
He played really well.
I love Sam Walsh. I hope his back holds up all right.
Mate, how weird was that? 10 seconds, was it? 10 minutes into that first quarter, he goes off on the ground and it was like everyone was blowing up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Snapchat.
Well, it's always, heart attack season.
The whole thing. Look, if they have if they're fit, they'll play wildcard.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that's good. And it's a very impartial take by you, very mature by you.
Thank you.
I'm buying teams that play their song after a preseason win. I saw North Melbourne blast their song at Mars Stadium. If you're not following, it's in Ballarat.
Yeah.
After their 1-point win, and there were a lot of smiles, supporters fucking with the scarf going up. And for a second, I thought, I'm like, this is a preseason victory. What the fuck are you doing? And then I'm like, you know what? Collingwood have given North Melbourne 2 of their greatest wins in the last 5 years, and they both came in pre-season games. So, but I was like, gives supporters hope.
They might not sing it for 6 months, so get it out of the way early, I say.
My wild call with this bye, though, is that I think North Melbourne genuinely could win for their first 4 games in a row.
Okay.
They play Essendon, they play West Coast. I'm pretty sure they might play Richmond and potentially another team that's meant to be in the bottom half of the ladder. And I think they could. They could break that drought of, 2 straight games in a row.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they have the easiest run out of any team.
So they should.
Yeah, because they've been abject for the last 5 years.
What do you want them to play Brisbane every round?
No, but it would be entertaining.
No, it wouldn't. That would be
for me.
that's
I think
torture.
it's quite funny.
But that's what I'm buying. I think preseason. I think the song's playing after a preseason win, especially for a bottom team. Look, I'm not a hater.
Momentum.
You got to build winning culture somehow, and you got to teach the supporters that this is what winning feels like. Even if it might be the only time in a while that you can play that song loud, you do it. You know what? Heck, in match simulation down at Arden Street after the session's finished, lane work's finished. Join in the chorus. North Melbourne's up. Just do it.
It's while they're training the whole time.
Play the whole time.
On loop.
This is how winning culture started.
Yep.
Just play the song during lane work.
It was like Zoocosis after a while.
We want it. We want to hear it. I mean, Gold Coast were doing it after every goal. That made sense. That made sense because they were a new club trying to, push this. It was annoying. Please don't do it anymore. Because you're good and there's going to be a lot of goals kicked.
A lot of goals going to get kicked.
I don't want to hear it, but North Melbourne, do it at training.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What are you holding?
I'm holding Clarko's job.
Literally.
No, literally. I'm holding Clarko's job. North, again, it's pre-season, so you can't take away too much from it. But that first game they played, they were just so bad. And it was just like, same old shit, 5 years in, what are we doing? A lot better against you guys, but VFL reserve side, don't know how much to take away from it. I want North with 10 wins or more this year, and if they don't do that, I think it's time to start having a look at other people that can take the mantle.
I think it's his final year too, so they're going to be more ruthless. There are a few coaches in the sidelines. Adam Simpson, former North Melbourne great.
Yeah, Simo would be awesome.
Horse as well, He's a successful coach, but they said the same thing about Clarko for but 4 years ago.
You need good people around you as well, and I just don't think he has good people around him to make that club successful.
I think he was out of the game for far too long as well.
And that's the other thing as well. But I mean, we would have seen something by now. It's been a long time. He's been there for a long time.
There was always controversy as well with Clarko. He might get a suspension. He might take some time away. There was a fucking season where, Rats or who was coaching, I can't remember. Someone came in and coached for a whole period of time.
Oh, yeah, it might have been Ratton.
Yeah, it might have been Ratton.
Yeah.
I just don't remember Ratton coaching North Melbourne, but there was a period of time where he just was like, I'm taking some time away.
As you do.
As you do. And I think
holiday.
that stunts a little bit of the development, especially when you've got a young list. I agree with you. I really want North Melbourne to succeed, and I think a 10-win season would be amazing. I think that's far too high for them, but that would get you into that wild card contention.
Yep.
I reckon if they win 7, I think that's okay, providing that they don't get blown out of the park in the games they lose.
Yeah, no more blowouts because fucking hell, it's really tough to watch, and their fans are going through it.
Yeah. And I would love to see them. I know Nick Larkey said on Captain's Day that he wouldn't mind the idea of inviting the Corn into the room. Like they're thinking about Kane Corns coming back into the room.
Nice.
So
Reconciliation.
Exactly.
Love it.
That's the way you improve. You change. You're like, we need to change our ways. It's clearly not working. Like I said, play the damn song at training. The supporters need to get used to it.
Exactly.
The thing I'm holding is opening round. Like I said throughout this podcast, is that footy comes at you very quickly. I know it's a fucking long season. I'm so used to having a little bit of breathing space after preseason game where it might be 1 week or 10 days or whatever it is. It's literally like we had our last preseason game on the Sunday. Our first game of footy starts on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel right for me. But in saying that, I don't want to rule out the fact that, hey, I fucking hate opening round. Not like that. I love footy.
Typical Collingwood supporter. It's a tough life.
For me, the season doesn't start until Sunday when Collingwood play St Kilda.
Yeah.
I think interstate games, Vic bias again. Interstate games doesn't really feel like footy started. Only when supporters roll into the MCG and start fucking going mental is when I go, footy's here.
It's unnecessary, but I like it.
It
It doesn't need to exist, but if it does, does it really hurt anyone? There's a few more buys thrown throughout the year, but
it just comes out. Yeah, I just feel like bang, it hits you too quickly, and I'm just not ready for it.
well, you don't want more footy.
I wasn't ready. Kevin Hart, no, that's me. Every time that game starts on Thursday and it's an interstate game, I'm just like, what the fuck? It's already here.
Yeah.
And then we're already talking about who's going to look like fucking win the Brownlow,
Comes
the
at you
premiership,
hard
and
and
everything.
fast.
Yeah. What are you selling?
It has to be the ruck rule, circling back.
Yep.
I thought in theory it would be okay. In practice, it's horrible. It affects the flow of the game. It just looks like two really tall guys just jumping at each other with their knees in the air. Yeah. I don't like it at all. It looks shit.
Are we at a stage where it's actually incorrect to say when's the first bounce? Because there's no bounce. It's a tip-off. When's the tip-off?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You can't say...
You're not wrong.
It's weird saying that because we're so used to saying, man, I'm going to get there just before the first bounce. We can't say that. It's wrong.
I don't like how you've broken this down in the way that you have.
I understand you I know, and it's fucking sad. And the AFL, I don't care how many players get injured. This is the reason why you need to change it because it just sounds weird to say, I'm going to the tip-off.
Yeah. Or a bounce to start the game at least. Give us one.
Yeah.
Not every time.
I mean, I've said this every episode of this podcast is that this rule sucks purely for the fact that they don't have... that bounce is such an integral part of the game. And we talk about tradition. That's the one. But apparently it's really bad for the umpires' backs and whatnot. I reckon the reason this rule, like you said, I would sell it too, is purely because of the fact that the player's going to get injured. And it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Visually.
PCL City.
Visually, it looks terrible. When Grundy faked out his opponent, that just looked fucking...
It just looks so stupid. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
We know that ruckmen probably don't have the most amount of brain cells in terms of footy. In terms of footy smarts, and then when you see this, it looks awkward as fuck already. What I'm selling is, now that preseason's finished, I love my Guernseys, and when I go back in time, I noticed that preseason Guernseys used to be really sick. They used to be really creative.
Yep.
I mean, some good, some not so good, but either way, they're very adventurous with the way they did their preseason Guernseys. Now I tune in and I see, Adelaide with just yellow. You said Essendon didn't even have a fucking sponsor.
I didn't see any sponsors on their Guernsey.
They may as well run out in bibs, and I found that disappointing given that, this is our first taste of football in the new year. Give us something else to be excited about rather than the footy itself.
Yeah.
I like the what they're wearing.
You want the real shit.
I want the real shit, man, and I want to see rather than looking like I'm seeing just the fucking players wearing their bibs. Just give us some
Timu Guernseys.
Yeah, just Timu, no sponsors. Just give us something.
Give me the sponsors.
Yeah.
Where are the sponsors?
Where's the cash? Yeah. So look, it's not that crazy of a sell, but next preseason, bring it in and bring the 9-pointer in as well.
Yeah.
I want that 9-pointer back.
Okay.
Have a look at this man. He's ready to go. This is his favorite segment, favorite time. You've got 30 seconds. You're going to look right down the barrel of the camera and give me an update on what it's like being a Saints supporter and what you're looking forward to. I mean, that's pretty much what you're looking forward to because I don't think there's anything that you can be cynical about, right?
No, there isn't. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Man, you look fucking ridiculous. And I know. And I don't care because we just won both our preseason games. And I know we're not meant to get carried away. We're not meant to go out all night after. Did I do that and shake my ass at Res until 7 a.m. after we beat Gold Coast seconds? Yeah, I did. Do I still think we're going to win the flag? Yeah, I do. And we'll see Collingwood on Sunday, and we are going to win by 1,000 points. NAS and Liam Ryan all the way. Fucking go.
You did that right on 32.
Did I actually?
Yeah, that's
I didn't
crazy.
even time that in my head.
Yeah, that. Mind you, they beat a team that had David Swallow play who retired.
Off. Yeah, I know. I'm also just like, I swear to God he retired.
Yeah,
where did they wheel him out from?
Why and why? It's like, surely you're an AFL team. Anyway, that's good. That's good. I can't wait to see the version you put out when St Kilda going. like that.
Yeah,
Going
the
right
inevitable
down.
slide.
Yeah, but that was good. 30
Thanks.
seconds. I went easy on you. I should have let you do 60, but that's a wrap for you, Sammy.
60's
Make sure you join us next week. We have Jammer and Sammy both on for our episode next week. Tune in